Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, or SSA, is an Indian government program aimed at the universalisation of elementary education, in a time-bound manner, as mandated by the 86th Amendment to the Constitution of India, making free and compulsory education to children between the ages of 6 to 14 a fundamental right. The program was pioneered by former Indian Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee. History. As an intervention program, SSA has been operational since 2000-2001. However, its roots go back to 1993-1994, when the district primary education program was launched, with an aim of achieving the objective of universal primary education. DPEP, over several phases, covered 272 districts in 18 states of the country. The expenditure on the program was shared by the central government and the state governments. The central share was funded by a number of external agencies, including the World Bank, DFID and UNICEF. By 2001, more than $1,500 million had been committed to the program, and 50 million children covered in its ambit. In an impact assessment of Phase 1 of DPEP, the authors concluded that its net impact on minority children was impressive, while there was little evidence of any impact on the enrollment of girls. Nevertheless, they concluded that the investment in DPEP was not a waste, because it introduced a new approach to primary school interventions in India. The Right to Education Act came into force on 1 April 2010. Some educationists and policymakers believe that, with the passing of this act, SSA has acquired the necessary legal force for its implementation. Funds. In 2011-12, the Government of India allocated 21,000 rupees crore for this project. Features. Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan is a program for universal elementary education. This program is also an attempt to provide an opportunity for improving human capabilities to all children through provision of community-owned, quality education in a mission mode. It is a response to the demand for quality basic education all over the country. Main features program with a clear time frame for universal elementary education. A response to the demand for quality basic education all over the country. An opportunity for promoting social justice through basic education. An expression of political will for universal elementary education across the country. A partnership between the central, state and the local government. An opportunity for states to develop their own vision of elementary education. An effort at effective involving the Panchayati Raj institutions, school management committees, village and urban slum-level education committees, parents-teachers associations, mother-teacher associations, tribal autonomous councils and other grassroots-level structures in the management of elementary schools. Aims to provide useful and elementary education for all children in the 6 to 14 age group, to bridge social, regional and gender gaps with the active participation of community in the management of schools, to allow children to learn about and master their natural environment in order to develop the potential both spiritually and materially. To inculcate value-based learning. This allows children an opportunity to work for each other's well-being rather than to permit mere selfish pursuits. To realize the importance of early childhood care and education and looks at the 0 to 14 age as a continuum. Objectives: all children in school. Education Guarantee Center, alternate school, back to school, camp by 2003. All children complete 5 years of primary schooling by 2007. All children complete of elementary schooling by 2010. Focus on elementary education of satisfactory quality with emphasis on education for life. Bridge all gender and social category gaps at primary stage by 2007 and at elementary education level by 2010. Universal retention by 2010. Aspects: it provides a wide convergent framework for implementation of elementary education schemes. It is also a program with budget provision for strengthening vital areas to achieve universalization of elementary education. Pada Bharat Bada Bharat. Pada Bharat Bada Bharat is a nationwide sub-program of Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan. Children who fail to read in early education lag behind in other subjects. The program is designed to improve comprehensive early reading, writing and early mathematics program for children in classes I and II. Under this program, 762 rupees crore was approved to states. The program will not only provide print-rich environment, timely distribution of books, but will also include new teacher mentoring and appraisal system. Better source needed. SSA has been operational since 2000-2001 to provide for a variety of interventions for universal access and retention, bridging of gender and social category gaps in elementary education, and improving the quality of learning. SSA interventions include inter alia, opening of new schools and alternate schooling facilities, construction of schools and additional classrooms, toilets and drinking water, provisioning for teachers, regular teacher and service training and academic resource support, free textbooks and uniforms, and support for improving learning achievement levels. Outcome. With the passage of the RTE Act, changes have been incorporated into the SSA approach, strategies and norms. The changes encompass the vision and approach to elementary education, guided by the following principles. Holistic view of education, as interpreted in the National Curriculum Framework 2005, with implications for a systemic revamp of the entire content and process of education, with significant implications for curriculum, teacher education, educational planning and management. Equity, to mean not only equal opportunity, but also creation of conditions in which the disadvantaged sections of the society, children of SC, Saint, Muslim minority, landless agricultural workers and children with special needs, etc., can avail of the opportunity. Access. Not to be confined to ensuring that a school becomes accessible to all children within specified distance, but implies an understanding of the educational needs and predicament of the traditionally excluded categories, the SC, Saint and others sections of the most disadvantaged groups, the Muslim minority, girls in general, and children with special needs. Gender concern, implying not only an effort to enable girls to keep pace with boys, but to view education in the perspective spelt out in the National Policy on Education 1986-90 i.e., a decisive intervention to bring about a basic change in the status of women. Centrality of teacher, to motivate them to innovate and create a culture in the classroom, and beyond the classroom, that might produce an inclusive environment for children, especially for girls from oppressed and marginalized backgrounds. Moral compulsion is imposed through the RTE Act on parents, teachers, educational administrators and other stakeholders, rather than shifting emphasis on punitive processes. Convergent and integrated system of educational management is prerequisite for implementation of the RTE law. All states must move in that direction as speedily as feasible. Present goals. Its goals of 2015 are 2. The program seeks to open new schools in those habitations which do not have schooling facilities and strengthen existing school infrastructure through provision of additional classrooms, toilets, drinking water, maintenance grant and school improvement grants. Existing schools with inadequate teacher strength are provided with additional teachers, while the capacity of existing teachers is being strengthened by extensive training, grants for developing teaching learning materials and strengthening of the academic support structure at a cluster, block and district level. Provide quality elementary education including life skills with a special focus on the education of girls and children with special needs as well as computer education. Other similar initiatives by NGOs. There are several non-government organizations, which are also progressively working in the direction of the upliftment of children, especially in the field of health and education. To name a few of these organizations: Smile Foundation, Pratham Project, Nanhai Kali, Relief India Trust, Plan India and the Qualiterate Movement. They are all taking active measures on a regular basis to motivate the underprivileged and deprived children of the society towards education.